What if your Python program could actually think, make decisions, choose between different possibilities just like you do? Right now, your code only follow instructions. But in this video, we will unlock the ability to make your programs intelligent, responsive, and decision driven. Hello, learners. Welcome to your Learning Hub, the Learning Loop. I am Swati Sharma, and this is the 26th video of my beginner friendly Python course series. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you for dropping by. And if you haven't checked out my previous videos yet and you are starting out on your Python journey, I will highly recommend you to go back and check those out so that you are all caught up. Before we proceed further, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you do not miss out on any future videos. In today's video, we will learn about Elif statements, the feature that allows Python to make decisions, evaluate conditions, execute actions based on different situations. This is where your code starts becoming smart. So, without a further ado, let's dive in. Let's understand what Elif statements are and when do we use them. In the previous videos, we learned about if-else statements. Using if-else statements, we check a condition. If the condition is true, the code inside if block runs. If the condition is false, Python skips that and the code inside else block runs. Essentially, we were only checking one condition. But what if you have multiple conditions to check and you want your program to choose between multiple possibilities? That's exactly where Elif statements come in. We use Elif statements when we have multiple conditions and we want Python to make decision between several options. Think of it like this. If condition 1 is true, do this. Else, if condition 2 is true, do something else. Else, if condition 3 is true, do another action. So instead of writing multiple separate if statements, we combine everything into one single decision making flow. Let's take a simple traffic light example. If the light is green, go. Else, if it's yellow, slow down. Else, stop. In this example, we have multiple conditions to check and we make a decision depending upon which condition is true at that moment. Now that we understood why we use Elif statements, let's understand how we write them in Python. We will always start with the if statement. We will write if condition 1 colon hit enter and the next line will be intended. This indentation is very important because it tells Python that this intended line belongs to the if block, which means if condition 1 is true, this intended line will run. Now let's say we have multiple conditions. Once we have written the if condition, we will go to the next line, write elif condition 2 colon hit enter. Again, the next line will be intended, which means this intended line belongs to the elif block. This same ways we can write multiple elif statements. If we have more than 2 or 3 conditions, we can write multiple elif statements. Let's say for example, elif condition 3 colon hit enter. Again, the next line will be intended, meaning that these lines belong to this particular elif statement. In the end, we will write the else block, else colon hit enter intended line, which means this line belongs to the else block. Now this else means that if none of the above conditions are true, then run this block of code. Now let's understand the flow of execution. Python always checks the conditions from top to bottom. First, it checks the if condition. If it is false, it will then move to the first elif statements and then it will move to the next elif statement and so on. the moment Python finds the condition that is true, it executes that block and stops checking any further conditions. For example, let's say the condition 2 is true. So how it will execute? It will first go to if block, check the condition 1 and we'll see it's false. It will then go to the very first Elif statement. Here the condition 2 is met, condition 2 is true. It will run the block under the intended lines under this Elif block. And it will stop here, execute that. It will not go to condition 3 or check the else block. Now that we have understood the syntax and the flow of execution, let's further understand this with an example. I will be doing today's demo in Google Colab and I will be pasting the link of this notebook in the description box below. So in case you want to come back and check the code, you can go ahead and do that. In today's example, we will check the age of the person and we'll decide if a person is child, teenager, adult or senior citizen. I'll be checking the conditions that if the person's age is between 0 to 10, then he's a child. If the person's age is between 11 to 17, he's a teenager. If the age is between 16 to 60, then the person is adult, and if it's above 60, the person is senior citizen. Let's quickly write the code for this and see how that executes. I will write age is equal to input and I will write enter your age. So I'm defining a variable age and I'm using the input function so that the person can enter the age. Now, as we know, the input function by default gives the results in string, so I will also write int in front of it to hard code this age variable as an integer so that we can compare the values with the numbers. So in order to write elif statement, the first condition will be checked using the if keyword. So if, and I will say age is greater than is equal to 0 and I want both the conditions to be true. So age is less than equal to 10. So what I'm saying is if age is greater than equal to 0 but is less than is equal to 10, I'll hit enter and I will write print child. Okay, now this condition I am saying that if the age of the person is between 0 to 10, then the person is child. Now the next condition, in order to say that if the age of the person is between 11 to 17, that person will be teenager. The next condition will be given with elif keyword. So I will write elif, then I'll write age. I will write greater than equal to 11 and age less than equal to 17. I will write print and I will say teenager. Okay, we have one more condition, like two more conditions to check. So I will write the next condition using elif again. And I will say age greater than equal to 18 and age less than equal to 60. And I will write print adult. Now, I will not, you can write elif as well, but now if I want to say age is greater than equal to 60, so you can either write elif age greater than equal to 60 and write print senior citizen, or we can write else, because only one condition is left. So that means if all the above conditions are false, only one condition is left, then print senior citizen. Okay, so you can see here the flow, and obviously it is going to check from top to down. We will see that as well. I will run it. Let's first write it as 15, which means the second condition is true. So I will hit enter and you can see it runs teenager. So how the flow went, it went to the first condition, checked 15 is greater than equal to 0, yes, less than equal to 10, no. So the overall result is false, so which means it will run to the next condition. Is age greater than equal to 11? Yes. Less than equal to 17? Yes, so which means the condition is met, it's true. So it went to the intended line and ran that block and printed teenager. Let's again run it, and let's say write 67, enter. You can see it enter printed senior citizen because it went through all the conditions and all were false, and that's why it printed senior citizen. Before we wrap up this video, I would like you guys to pause this video and write a program to check the height of a person and decide if a person is short, average, tall, or very tall. The conditions would be if the height of the person is below 150 centimeter, the person is short. If the height is between 151 to 170 centimeter, the person is average. If the height is between 171 to 185 centimeter, the person is tall, and above 185 centimeter, the person is very tall. Please try it out yourself before checking any solution. If this video helped you understand Elif statements in Python, please like this video and share it with someone who is learning Python, and subscribe this channel for the next part. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, happy coding.